Hi everyone! For this week's video, I'm actually going to talk about party food and party appetizers. We all know how hard it is to stay away from those chips and all those dips, so we're going to make some healthy versions of it. And this week we're going to make bell pepper nachos, some buffalo cauliflower, some crab cakes, some spinach and artichoke dip. We're going to make it a little differently, and we're going to make some queso dip. So we're gonna start with the nachos, and I have here 1 pound of turkey meat that I've cooked and mixed with some low sodium taco seasoning. And I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna sprinkle it over these bell pepper chips that I have made, just cutting up some bell peppers and laying them out on a cooking stone, a pizza stone. I also have some sliced up olive and some chopped red onion. So we're gonna sprinkle all this over. So those of us on plan, this recipe is 1 lean, 3 green, 1 healthy fat, and 2 condiments. So I'm gonna sprinkle the onion over and the olives. We've also got this cheese over here, we're gonna put that on too. Okay, and then we're going to take this turkey meat and we're going to scoop this over the bell peppers as well. My friend Maria's last night to wish her well. She's making a big change in her life and moving, and this was a big hit. I made this and brought it with me, and it was a big hit with all the ladies. Okay, now on top of that we are going to take cheese, reduced fat as always, and we are going to actually put, for this size recipe, because I'm obviously not making a normal 1 serving size, I'm going to use actually the entire bag. As usual, I'm serving a crowd today because my daughter is having a Halloween party, so I thought, why not make some of the snacks a little on the healthy side? Okay, so now that's ready to go in the oven. I'm going to put that in the oven, but I'm going to do it at the same time as my version of spinach and artichoke dip. Okay, so I'm gonna make spinach and artichoke dip, a version of it anyway. On our plan, artichokes are too high in carbs, so I'm using hearts of palm. And for this recipe, I'm substituting broccoli, which you can use spinach, but I am choosing to use some broccoli. So I'm actually going to take everything and kind of combine it. And I have 1½ cups of hearts of palm, 1½ cups of chopped broccoli or chopped spinach, whatever you'd like to do. I have 1 cup of, I have 1 cup of part skim ricotta, 3 tablespoons of light cream cheese, a teaspoon of minced minced garlic, 1/4 cup of Parmesan, and 1/2 cup of part skim mozzarella. And I'm going to just combine all of this together. Now for those of us on plan, this is 1/2 lean, 1½ greens, and 2 condiments. Now I'm gonna split this between 2 ramekins so I can put it on 2 different tables when I'm serving. Now I'm gonna put these in the oven for 20 to 30 minutes, and halfway through their cook time, I'm gonna put the nachos in as well. Okay, my next recipe is queso dip. Now for this recipe, it's 1/2 lean, and that's it. So the greens are whatever you add to it, and you need to add more protein if you want, but it's a good thing to have with some other of the snacks that we're having tonight. So all we're gonna do, we're gonna start off with taking 1/2 cup of almond milk, and we're gonna heat that up. And while we're doing that, we're also gonna move on to our buffalo cauliflower. And while we're heating up that almond milk, I'm also gonna be heating up some hot sauce and garlic in a pan. So join me in a few minutes. Okay, now that my hot sauce is warmed through, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna pour it. Those of us on plan, this recipe, buffalo cauliflower, is 1/4 leanest, 2 greens, and 3 condiments. Now this cauliflower has been roasted prior to this. I roasted it on 450 with a little bit of olive oil and kosher salt. And we roasted it for about 30 minutes. to get it nice and brown. You need to shake it around in between. Okay, we're gonna put this aside. Now I'm going to make a blue cheese dipping to go with it. So right here I have some non-fat Greek yogurt. I have 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. And I have 4 ounces of blue cheese crumbles. So I am actually gonna get a bigger bowl. I'm gonna combine all of that. And put it aside for serving. Okay, and now that my milk is warmed up, I'm going to remove that milk from the heat, and I'm going to take all of my cheese and I'm going to melt my cheese in it for my queso. So we're just going to stir until that cheese melts inside that hot almond milk. I don't know if you can see is happening. Okay, our cheese is all melted, so I'm going to throw in our non-fat yogurt, 3/4 of a cup. And we're also going to throw in 1/2 cup of rotel, which are tomatoes diced mixed with chilies. And plate that up, and we'll show you the finished product at the end. And now I'm going to throw my nachos in. And we are going to reset our timer for another 20 minutes. Cakes for those on plan are 1 leaner, 1 healthy fat, and 3 condiments. So 1 leaner, 1 healthy fat, and 3 condiments. And we are going to just mix all of the ingredients I have together, and we're going to form some patties. On medium-high heat. The crab's already cooked, so. And we're going to let that heat up for a second, and we're going to make 6 patties out of this, 6 cakes. Now these are a little loose. That's okay. They're going to hold up in the pan. We're gonna go back to the island and I'll meet you over there for presentation. Bye. Well, here you have it. Party appetizers and a way to negotiate being at a party or hosting a party and still staying healthy. We've got our buffalo cauliflower with our blue cheese dip. We have our bell pepper nachos. We have some crab cakes, some spinach and artichoke dip, well, it's really broccoli and hearts of palm dip. And then we have some queso. So we're gonna serve this up with some vegetables and it's gonna be a great party. See you next week. Bye.